Welcome to Forbidden Texts. What you are about to see may shock you. It may surprise you, but will definitely challenge everything you thought you knew. Stick around until the end to discover the forbidden knowledge that they don't want you to have.
Have you ever felt your body betraying you in ways you can't explain? A sudden surge of energy that makes your skin tingle. Waking up in the dead of night, drenched in sweat, heart pounding. Food you once loved now makes you nauseous. Your emotions swinging from ecstatic highs to crushing lows all without warning. You're not sick. You're not broken. And no, you're not going crazy. Something far deeper is happening to you. Welcome to Forbidden Text, where we uncover hidden knowledge and forbidden wisdom. Right now, your body is shifting in ways that modern science can't explain. You're tuning into a different frequency, one that pulls you out of the ordinary and into something much bigger than yourself. But here's the thing, this process is not gentle. It's raw. It's intense. And if you're experiencing these bizarre symptoms, congratulations, you're waking up. But why does it feel so overwhelming? Why does spiritual awakening hit the body like a lightning bolt? But first, let's start with something you might have already noticed, that sudden electric charge running through your body. It starts as a tingle, maybe in your hands, maybe at the base of your spine. Then it spreads. A buzzing sensation. A wave of heat. Sometimes it feels like a subtle vibration, other times like a full-blown electric shock running through your veins. You're not imagining it. Your body is lighting up because energy is moving through you in ways it never has before. Some call it Kundalini activation. Others refer to it as an energy surge. But whatever name you give it, one thing is certain: this force is real. And it's powerful. And here's where it gets even stranger. People who experience this often report spontaneous muscle twitches, jolts, even involuntary movements. Like something inside them is trying to break free. And in a way, it is. What's happening is your body is adjusting, rewiring itself to hold a new frequency. The old energy, the stagnant blocks, everything that's been stored in your system for years, it's all being pushed out. And guess what? It is. Your nervous system is adapting. Your cells are literally changing. And this is just the beginning. Because once this energy starts moving, sleep, something you once took for granted, becomes an entirely different experience. And not in a way you might expect. You used to sleep through the night without a second thought. Now, you're waking up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wide awake for no reason. No alarm, no noise, just a sudden jolt of consciousness pulling you out of deep sleep. This isn't insomnia. This is something else entirely. In esoteric traditions, they call this the witching hour, the time when the veil between dimensions is at its thinnest. It's when higher consciousness tries to communicate, and if you're in the process of awakening, you're suddenly tuned in. That's why your body won't let you sleep. And then there are the dreams, if you can even call them that. Others wake up feeling like they just returned from somewhere else. It's disorienting. And if you don't know what's happening, it can feel like you're losing your grip on reality. But what's really happening is that your subconscious mind is processing at lightning speed. Information downloads, karmic memories resurfacing, old wounds playing out in dream form. Your brain is no longer filtering them out. But here's where things get even weirder. Even when you do sleep, it doesn't feel restful. You wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours. Your body feels like it's been working all night. And in a way, it has. Your system is running on overdrive, recalibrating to a higher state of awareness. Your energy field is expanding, and your body is trying to keep up. This is why some days you feel an overwhelming need to rest, while others, you're bursting with energy at random hours. But what happens next is even more intense, because once your internal frequency shifts, the outside world starts to feel completely different. Sounds become unbearable. Lights seem too bright. The ordinary world suddenly feels like an assault on your senses. Conversations in crowded rooms feel overwhelming, like every voice is amplified. The sound of the fridge, the buzz of your phone, even distant traffic, it's like your ears have been turned up to max volume. And it's not just sound. Lights feel too bright, colors seem more intense, and even certain places give you an unshakable feeling of discomfort. What's going on? Your nervous system is rewiring itself. When you start awakening, your senses become hypersensitive. Why? Because you're tuning into more. Your brain is processing frequencies that it once filtered out. You're picking up on energy, not just physical stimuli. That's why some places suddenly feel suffocating. You walk into a crowded mall, a workplace, even a family gathering, and it feels like the air is thick, like you're absorbing everyone else's energy. Even food packaging, certain fabrics, or artificial smells might start to feel wrong. If this is happening to you, don't ignore it. Your body is giving you a message. It's telling you what is in alignment with your new energy and what isn't. And if this sensitivity feels overwhelming, here's the good news. It won't last forever. Your body is adjusting, learning how to handle this new state of awareness. But in the meantime, you might find yourself withdrawing, needing space, feeling like you just don't fit into the world the way you used to. And that's because you don't. But before you start questioning everything, let's talk about what happens when your emotions take over, because the next phase isn't just about what you hear and see, but what you feel, and it's about to get intense. One moment, you're fine. The next, a wave of emotion hits you like a tidal wave. Out of nowhere, you feel the urge to cry deep, gut-wrenching sobs, like you're releasing something ancient. Or maybe it's laughter, hysterical, uncontrollable, as if something inside you knows a secret that your mind hasn't caught up to yet. And just when you think you've got a grip on it, another emotion slams into you. Now, as your energy shifts, your body is flushing it all out. This is why some people experience spontaneous crying during meditation. Why old wounds suddenly resurface without warning. Why you might feel triggered by things that never used to bother you. It's not a breakdown, it's a release. And here's where it gets even more bizarre. Some people experience emotional mirroring, meaning you might start feeling the emotions of others as if they were your own. You walk into a room and suddenly feel sadness, anxiety, or frustration, only to realize later that someone near you is going through something heavy. Your energy field is expanding, and with it, your ability to sense, absorb, and transmute emotions. Some call it empathy, others call it clairsentience, but the bottom line is this: you are no longer just feeling your emotions. This could be overwhelming, especially if you don't know how to separate what's yours and what isn't. Your body is detoxing. And just like a physical cleanse, things tend to get worse before they get better. But the real proof that something deep is happening to you, it's not just in your emotions. It's in your gut. Because the next phase isn't just about how you feel, it's about what your body is suddenly refusing to consume. And that change, it's impossible to ignore. One day, your favorite food tastes.
A quick message. This space has become something truly special for many of us. A community of people on a shared journey of spiritual growth, healing, and awakening. Your comments and stories inspire me every day, and it's clear there's so much more we can create together, especially since this path can feel lonely at times. That's why we've created a spiritual space on Patreon, a sanctuary for deeper connection, exclusive content, and meaningful conversations with others from this channel who share your journey. Together, we can build something uplifting, authentic, and spiritually powerful. If this resonates with you and you'd like to be part of something bigger, whatever you're going through, You'll find the link in the description or pinned in the comments. Your membership not only helps support the channel, but also helps grow this beautiful community. Let's create something amazing together.
Wrong. The smell makes you nauseous. The texture feels off. You try to eat it, but your body reacts like it's rejecting a foreign substance. Then, out of nowhere, you start craving things you never even liked before. Maybe you suddenly can't stand processed food. Maybe you're drawn to more raw, plant-based meals, or you're consuming way more water than usual. Your appetite swings between extremes one day. You're ravenous, eating like your body is desperately trying to refuel. The next, you have zero desire for food at all. This isn't a diet change. This is a frequency shift. Your body is literally upgrading, and it's rejecting anything that doesn't match this new vibration. Some people experience bloating, nausea, sudden food intolerances. Others go through periods of extreme detox, random digestive issues, unexplained weight fluctuations, even skin breakouts. This is your body's way of clearing out old energy. And if you think this is just a coincidence, pay attention to how your food choices affect your emotions. Because the foods that once numbed you heavy, artificial, full of chemicals no longer work the same way. The things that once comforted you, now they make you sluggish, foggy, disconnected. Because here's the truth, your body is becoming more light-filled. And it wants high vibrational fuel. Fresh, living foods. Clean water. Sunlight. This isn't about forcing yourself to eat a certain way, it's about listening to what your body is asking for. And if you don't, it will let you know. Some people even experience sudden fasting days where they don't feel the need to eat at all. Because the next thing that happens, it's impossible to ignore. Your body starts reacting to invisible forces, random chills, unexplained heat waves, and the feeling that something is moving through you. And if you've been feeling that lately, you're going to want to hear what's coming next. One moment, you're fine. The next, a wave of heat surges through your body like you just stepped into an inferno. Or maybe it's the opposite of sudden, bone-deep chill, like something just passed through you. It happens at random. No fever, no illness, just waves of intense heat, cold, tingling, itching, even pressure in different parts of your body. And no doctor can explain it. This isn't just a physical reaction, it's energetic. Your body is adjusting to a higher frequency. And as it does, you'll feel it. Ever notice how the top of your head starts tingling, like something is hovering over it, or how you get random shivers that seem to come out of nowhere? Some people feel their hands heating up, like they're radiating warmth. Others feel pressure building between their eyebrows, as if something inside is trying to open. Because it is. Ancient traditions call this energy activation. But let's talk about the strangest one of all, the ascension flu. One day, you feel fine. The next, you're exhausted, your body aches, and it feels like you're coming down with something, except you're not actually sick. You rest, hydrate, maybe even sleep for hours, and then suddenly, you're fine again. This is your body shedding density. It's processing deep, energetic shifts, and sometimes it feels exactly like having the flu. Muscle soreness, headaches, fatigue, even dizziness. And just like a real detox, it can hit hard then disappear just as fast. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. These sensations don't just happen when you're alone. Sometimes, they hit you when you enter a new place. Sometimes, they happen when you're around a certain person. Your body is now reacting to energy fields, picking up on things you were once blind to. You no longer feel like you belong to the same world. And once that shift happens, there's no going back. One day, you wake up and something feels off. Not in a bad way, just different. Like the world around you is the same, but you are not. You walk through familiar places, but they feel surreal, almost dreamlike. Conversations with people seem distant, like you're observing them from outside your own body. Time feels strange, some moments stretch endlessly, while others disappear in the blink of an eye. And then it hits you. You don't feel as real as you used to. This is ego dissolution. It's what happens when the identity you've always known, the version of you shaped by society, expectations, and conditioning, starts to fade. And when that happens, it feels like you're floating through reality. Some describe it as derealization, the sensation that the world around you isn't solid, like everything is just a hologram. Others feel depersonalization, as if they're watching their life like a movie, no longer fully connected to the character they once played. They feel lighter, less important, because you're detaching from the illusion. This is what ancient mystics called the shift in consciousness. The moment you stop reacting to life and start witnessing it. It's a breaking of the spell, a realization that most of what you believe to be reality was just a story, one that you no longer need to live by. But here's the part no one talks about. At first, it can feel isolating. You look around and wonder, why doesn't anyone else notice this? Why is everyone still caught up in things that don't matter? You might even feel detached from the people closest to you. Old conversations feel repetitive, meaningless. Small talk drains you. The things you once enjoyed, they don't hold the same thrill. It's because you are no longer operating at the same frequency. And once you see beyond the illusion, you can't unsee it. But this isn't the end of your journey, it's the beginning. Because once your old identity dissolves, you're free to create a new one. You don't. You're stepping into a new reality, one that most people will never experience. And what comes next? That's up to you. Because now, you understand that your body wasn't breaking down. It was waking up. And the strangest part, this was just the beginning. So now, you aren't sick. You aren't crazy. And you sure as hell aren't alone. Everything you've been feeling, the energy surges, the sleepless nights, the hypersensitivity, the emotional purging, the strange bodily sensations, the feeling of detachment from reality, none of it was random. None of it was meaningless. It was a transformation. Your body has been breaking down old systems, clearing out everything that no longer serves you, so you can step into a higher state of being. You've been rewiring, recalibrating, and evolving in ways most people will never understand. But now the real question is, what comes next? Because here's the thing, awakening is not the end. It's the beginning. Now that you're here, you have a choice. You can resist, try to go back to the way things were, pretend you didn't just experience everything we've talked about. Or you can step forward, fully aware, fully conscious, and fully in control of your next phase. And in many ways, you are. But that's your power. Because while others are sleepwalking through life, you see clearly now. And once you've crossed that threshold, once you've truly woken up, the universe will never look the same again. If this resonated with you, if you've been feeling this shift deep in your bones, let me know in the comments. Share your experiences, because trust me, you are not the only one going through this. And if you want to go even deeper into this hidden knowledge, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Forbidden Text, and we are just getting started.